I came out yesterday and worked more on getting the both bottom stretchers in, and my camera ran out of battery, so I didn't have a chance to film it. But this is the legs put together with the tabletop in its position. Upon doing this, I realized that if I wanted the leg to not interfere with this, with the wagon vise, I would need to move the bench that way more than I had planned. The plans, as far as I can tell from the plans, it's about 13 inches in. That's about 16 inches right there. Now you can see it seems pretty lopsided right now, and I think that just like we have a maple cap on here, I think that I may put a cap on the end here, which I was kind of thinking of doing anyway, just so that it matches the other side. That, and then I will need to shorten those long stretchers down so that the legs are not quite as far apart. So now I've bolted the other end on this table, and this leg lines right up with this side of this wagon vise. And so you can see that there's not as much of an overhang on that side as on that side. I won't be able to equal it out, but I think I'm going to shorten these long stretchers by about 4 inches to at least make it a little more even. I'll get back to you when So I've shortened the long stretchers, but before I put it all together, first I'm going to cut the slots for these wedges. So let me show you this way. So these tenons are going to slide on, the leg's going to slide on, and then I will need to put a wedge in a slot that I cut in this top part. And this is only like about 1/4 of an inch. So I'll need to move this back about 3/16, and then right in the middle there, cut a slot for each of these wedges in all 4 things. This is a very thin tenon, so we'll see how it goes. That is pretty darn strong, and when I wiggle it, the wedge seems to come up a little bit. I don't think that will be really an issue though. final product once it's all together. Cool. So I will do that to the other 4 tenons as well. And here's a better view of what it looks like from the side. Now that I have the tails done, I need to carve into here to make them fit. So I'm going to do that, and you can watch. Now it is finally time to put the legs together. So, got my glue here, and clamps, and little pegs that go in here, mallets, blocks of wood, all set. Alright. This is A, that's A, goes up. So I now have the legs glued up and put together, both sides, and the frame is upside down on the tabletop right now so that I can make some marks where to put the dowels to connect these. So right now you can see it's not attached, but I've drawn the outline in pencil so that I can put the dowels in place. You can't see that from here, but now the dowels are glued into the legs and are just loosely in the top. The glue is drying right now, so the tabletop's keeping it in place. The next step for this project is to make the tool tray, which will be made mostly out of this pine board here, and it's not going to be quite this wide, but I will need to cut the fence for the outside and the ones for the ends here.